All right, if you're a California business owner and you're thinking about selling, this briefing is for you. We're going to cut right through all the noise and focus on the one thing that actually matters, maximizing the cash you really get to walk away with. So let's just get straight to the point. That huge number you see in a press release when a company gets sold, that's a vanity metric. It's not real. It is not the amount that will ever hit your bank account, especially not here in California. And that leads us to the only number that truly matters, right? What is your real after-tax walkaway number? Answering that one question, well, that's the entire reason we're doing this advisor briefing today. To figure that out, we're going to bypass all the usual jargon and focus on just 3 key after-tax factors. Think of these as the pillars that will help you decide between 2 main paths: selling to an employee's stock ownership plan, or an ESOP, versus a more traditional sale to a third party. Okay, first up is pricing. With an ESOP, it's pretty straightforward. The price is set at fair market value, period, and it's done by an independent appraiser. A third-party sale, on the other hand, could bring in a higher price if, and it's a big if, a strategic buyer is willing to pay some kind of premium. But let me be clear, that premium is never, ever a guarantee. Now, let's talk about the single biggest factor for any seller in this state, the California tax reality. And believe me, our unique state rules can dramatically, and I mean dramatically, change how much you actually take home. And here it is. This is it. If you're a California business owner, you need to burn this fact into your memory. Unlike the federal system, California makes absolutely no distinction. It treats the massive capital gain from selling your life's work just like it's regular, high-taxed income. No breaks. Let's think of it like this. At the federal level, you kind of have 2 buckets for your money. You've got a low-tax capital gains bucket and a high-tax ordinary income bucket. But in California, nope, you only have one, and all the money from your sale gets poured straight into that single high-tax bucket. So you're probably asking, how do I avoid that one terrible high-tax bucket? Well, that brings us to our second key factor, and this is a potential game changer, a part of the tax code called Section 1042. For C-Corp owners selling to an ESOP, this is huge. It lets you defer both federal and California tax on your gains. It's a massive advantage that is only available in an ESOP sale. Our third factor is about something more than just money. It's about your legacy and control. An ESOP is designed to continue what you've built. It makes your employees the new beneficial owners, and it helps preserve your company's culture. In a third-party sale, you are handing over the keys. What happens to the company's future, your people, the brand you built, it's entirely up to the new buyer. Okay, so we've covered the 3 core factors. That's the theory. Now, let's turn this into action. Here is a concrete 90-day plan to help you go from just thinking about this stuff to actually making an informed decision. Step 1, define your goals. You need to be crystal clear about your non-negotiables for both money and legacy. Step 2 is checking your eligibility for that powerful Section 1042 tax break we just talked about. Are you a C-Corp? Step 3, build your team of advisors and make sure they include specialized California transaction counsel. And finally, Step 4 is absolutely crucial. Model the outcomes. You have to see the real after-tax numbers side by side. You know, to make this even clearer, let's just look at the trade-offs in a single glance. Here's a little head-to-head comparison of an ESOP versus a typical sale to a private equity firm. As you can see, the time it takes to actually close the deal, it's about the same. The real differences are in tax deferral, where the ESOP offers huge potential and a PE sale offers, well, nothing. And in legacy, where an ESOP ensures continuity, while a PE buyer brings complete uncertainty. It's a total crapshoot. Finally, let's talk about a risk that's tied specifically to your location. You absolutely must plan for California's notorious closing delays, because trust me, they can and they will eat away at your net proceeds if you are not prepared for them. And we're not talking about a week or 2. For many businesses, especially if you're in manufacturing or construction, you could be looking at over 90 days of potential delays just because of state and local clearances. That's 3 months where your deal and your money is just stuck in limbo. So where do all these delays come from? Well, there are 3 common culprits. First, just getting clearance from the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration, the CDFTA, to close your sales tax account. Second, dealing with bulk sales law notices if you have a lot of inventory. And third, transferring critical licenses. That can easily take 2 to 3 months all by itself. These are the hurdles where deals get stuck. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one critical question. Take a hard look at your strategy and ask yourself this. Is my exit plan built for a meaningless headline price? Or is it focused on the real after-tax cash that I will actually get to walk away with? Because that is the only number that truly matters.